Meanwhile, fans and viewers of the long-running sitcom The Johnsons have been reacting to the news that the show, which is currently in its 13th season, will be rested after the current season. Lead cast Charles Onoje, who plays the character of Mr. Lucky Johnson, the commanding officer and head of the Johnson family, made the announcement on his Instagram page. He wrote, "Thank you, Africa. After 13 years of absolute magic, 13 years of awesomeness, 13 years of being Africa's most watched show on television, 13 years of being every family's favorite, The Johnsons is finally taking a bow. I am immensely grateful to our fans across the African continent for the love and support we got unconditionally." End of quote. The announcement has now made fans remember the late actress Ameh, who played alongside Charles Onoje as his wife on the sitcom. Many suggest that her demise is perhaps responsible for the producer's decision to rest the show. We are now being joined by the executive producer of the sitcom, Rogers Ofime, from the United Kingdom. Many thanks again for joining us, sir. Now, reactions continue to trail the announcement of what many have described as a sudden decision to end the show, The Johnsons, which has been on for the past 13 years. Is this how you envisioned the ending when you created and started it over a decade ago?
Okay, so first of all, it wasn't sudden. So we knew like about 2 years ago that it was going to come to an end. But projects like this, you only get it. It continues to go on for two reasons. What do they call it now? What's that thing called again on TV? Like the viewer rating. It continues to go on for viewer rating, and then the channel. So if the channel's got the money to still continue to push the show, they continue to push it. And if the viewer rating is good, they continue to push it. So the viewer rating for Johnson's it's always been there, top notch. But I think what necessitated the decision to bring the show to an end is because the Johnsons is basically about a family, the mother, the father, and the children. When we started, I think Tare was like about it wasn't even in the university. Tare was like about 14 or 15. I mean, look at Tare today. Tare is gone out of university. He's doing great. With the youngest, Blessing, is doing great also today. So the show has been able to evolve, and of course, like every other show, the question would have been, why didn't you find good replacement for them? But I think that the show has done what it's supposed to do. Every show must start and end. It's not a blank check. The show has done what it's supposed to do. We've had good times on the show. So the show ending now, I think it's just the right time for it to end. It's better we bow out on a high than the show getting a dip and the viewer rating goes on a dip also, and then channel starts to complain, or your viewers start to complain. The show is doing well, it's done well. I think it's just the right time for it to end.
Of course, a lot of the fans and viewers of the show grew with the show as well, and its characters. So it's understanding that the show is not going to go on forever. But did you consider a spin-off from the show to give the fans and viewers of the show something to keep them going?
For now, we're not talking. For now, we're not considering a spin-off. I think that what I would love to do, I mean, if these actors have given so much of their lives to the show, I want to do them the honor of just still letting the show just still go on for a bit. I mean, the present season we have now is not going to end until May. The present season we have now ends in May. So when it ends, I'm very sure that the channel will still broadcast the other several seasons that we have for a bit more time. So I would rather let the actors still savor the moment. I mean, they did very great. Committing your life for 14 years to a show is not easy. Every day you're there, Monday to Friday, Monday to Saturday sometimes. That's all you do. That's your 9 to 5. If a show like that ends, I would rather want the audience and the actors to still have that moment, um, that moment of stardom. Let me put it that way. There's any, I mean, I can't find any better word for it. But no, I wouldn't consider a spin-off for the next 2 years. There's still enough time. The Johnsons is a show that is evergreen, even though it's ended. If you go back to season one, you would watch season one to season 14. The stories are still relevant. The characters are still relevant. There is a Johnsons in everyone's home. There is a Tara in everyone's home. There is an Emu in everyone's home. So, and as we continue to as the world continues to evolve, we would continue to find these characters in our homes. So no spin-off for now. Let the actors enjoy the moment. Let the viewers enjoy the moment. For another 2 years, no, I don't want to talk spin-off.
It is good. You also mentioned how the cast have become one big family, having been filming together for that long. When the actress Adame, who played one of the key characters, passed about 2 years ago, how badly did it affect the team, and is it instrumental to the decision to rest the show?
Adame was a pivotal character. Emu was a pivotal character to the Johnsons family. Adame was a very, very important actor to the growth of the Johnsons. Her death was quite painful. It happened. It is what it is. But her death was quite painful. Was she instrumental to the decision to rest the Johnsons? No. Even though we would admit that nobody, let me not say nobody, it's very hard to fill that shoes, that to fill that position that she's left. And that's why number one, that's why we didn't attempt it, because that character, that character is huge. The actor did justice to it. So out of respect, we didn't attempt to fill that position. Two, we also just felt like, what, how will I put it? If Lucky's lost a wife, what do we want to do? Bring another actor to play Emu, or get Lucky to remarry. That's not the focus of our story. The Johnson's family is not to be. How will I put it? We didn't create a story that way. Of course, yes. If man loses a wife, over time you can get married. But what's it called? I'm looking for the right word now. The way the family is structured, we represent, or the family represents every family out there. So would you lose a wife? Would you lose your wife as a man and then be encouraged to marry a woman immediately? No, we wouldn't want to sell that kind of message. So Lucky needed that time, needed that breather to be able to mourn his wife and then train his children also. Are we saying he shouldn't remarry? No, we're not saying that, but it's probably too early. And then one other thing we did also was to respect the actor. We had to write the death into our story, which means nobody. We don't expect anyone to fill that position. We don't expect. We're not thinking about someone else coming to play him. That's the end of that character. Did it contribute to us closing the show? No. Emu is what? Yes, like I said, she's a pivotal character to the show as the matriarch of the home. But then again, it does not mean that the story is not able to continue without Emu. She died, I think, about 2 years ago, and we have been able to sustain the show for that long. But honestly, we just felt the show is grown, people have evolved. Maybe it's just time for this show to rest, as against letting it dip, or trying to force things to go on. So yeah.
Finally, and away from the Johnsons, you have that feature movie Conversation in Transit, recorded a few years ago now. What stage is that production now, and when is it likely to be released?
Okay, some good news coming our way very, 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 very soon. But you see, for me, and I think most people know, it takes time for my project to actually come out. And if you remember, I think you came on and said, We shot on a static train, and that train is supposed to move. That train is on a journey for 1 hour 45 minutes. So it means that VFX is what has taken a lot of our time. But we're ready. We're ready, and we're coming out with good news very, very soon. We were almost going to release our trailer just last month, but we stopped because we wanted to be able to seal a deal that we're waiting for, and we're almost there. And once that deal is sealed, we're going to roll out our trailer, and we're going to give our fans and viewers information. But just before I let you go, also, I want to use this opportunity to say a very big thank you to all of the actors, past and present, that were on the Johnsons. I think, if for nothing, the Johnsons has been able to give, I think we probably would have over like 5,000 actors on the Johnsons, if not more than, and we had over 100 crew from inception till date. Which, I mean, for 13 years we were able to sustain that. Kept a team together. We worked. Some left, some, but at least 80% or 90% of the people who started with us stayed till the end. It's not easy. So thank you to our crew. Thank you to all of our actors, Lucky, Chinedu, Tasinoje Chinedu, Tari Olumide, Susan Pajok, Ajibola Spiff, and a whole lot. Sorry if I can't remember the names now, but a whole lot of people. Thank you very much, and thank you to our fans. You can still, I'm very sure that very soon you will still be able to watch the Johnsons from season 1 to present. But it was a good show, and we know one thing. I mean, we did what we were supposed to do, and I'm very sure that the creative industry will not forget the impact that the Johnsons has made in the lives of viewers at home, and also in the creative industry. Thank you very much.
Many thanks again for your time, and we wish you all the very best.